the video game industry, it's 3 times bigger than Hollywood. Okay? Superheroes, comic books, they've been around 85 plus years or more now. But one thing that Hollywood will always be is up its own ass. Hollywood looks down on everything. It looks down on video games. It looks down on comics. We can't even get faithful adaptations of our favorite stories. We cannot get faithful adaptations of our favorite video games. They're always looked down on as silly, not as art-worthy as Hollywood itself, even though the video game industry dwarfs Hollywood as Hollywood continues to shrink. So Walter Goggins, who is the ghoul in the Fallout TV show, I like Walter Goggins as an actor. I think he's a great actor, says, I haven't sat down to play the games and I won't. Fallout's Walter Goggins says he's not interested in playing the RPGs his show is based on. Now, this isn't an unfamiliar line that we've heard. In actual fact, we keep hearing from a lot of actors as well that they are specifically told not to read the source material. They're specifically told not to watch the TV shows, read the comics, play the video games, because it's going to be the director's, the writer's interpretation of those franchises. Now, we saw how that worked out for things like Halo, which was a absolute joke, but it's so bizarre because not too long ago, a few months ago, I was watching some documentaries on the making of Batman 1989, Tim Burton directing. And this documentary was from the perspective of a lot of the producers, the director, the actors. And one thing that remained exceedingly consistent was how they appreciated and understood how beloved these franchises were, and that they needed to assimilate as much knowledge on these characters as possible. So they were saying we would literally have comic books everywhere. And we were reading through all these comic books, getting an idea about who the characters were, blah, blah, blah. Because we know how loved they are. Now, 35 years on, now actors are either choosing not to bother or are being told don't bother. Because the source material is now deemed as silly. It's silly. We're going to Hollywood it. We're going to put our spin on it. And I don't even recall particularly a successful one. And that Fallout first series was absolutely horrific. It was garbage. And so as a fan of these things, it's you just see them fall apart. Now, some of you might say, what about The Last of Us TV show? Well, I didn't personally like that either. I thought that was fucking terrible. I didn't get any chemistry between Joel and Ellie. I thought the casting of Ellie, of course, is trash. I didn't even like the casting of Joel. I didn't think Pedro Pascal should have even been Joel. They, of course, race changed a lot of characters. They had the whole of episode 3 just being a gay storyline that was in it for no other reason than to get awards. And they admitted that themselves. It was in for no other reason than to be award bait. And it became award bait. You get people that know nothing about these franchises coming in and saying, we're going to do our thing and we're going to make it better. And invariably, they fail. Just like with Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Tomb Raider. Oh, I love this. Oh, I was a huge fan of this. Leslie Headland. Oh, I'm a massive fan of the Star Wars. I love all the Star Wars. Now I'm going to make something that doesn't even resemble these franchises in the slightest. Oh, that's how much you like it, hey? Oh, okay. Marvel, particularly phases 4 and 5, not that the stories for the comics have been faithfully recreated in the other films. The other films at least had a lot to like about them. But phase 4, phase 5, just a load of shit. Unlikable, horrible characters. Made by unlikable, horrible people. So it makes sense, at least. That bit checks out. I don't believe that I'm an avatar. I believe the ghoul exists in the world, said Goggins. Fallout Season 2 is set to begin airing weekly starting December 17th on Prime Video. And that means we're finally headed to Las Vegas, baby. Oh, dear goodness. Ahead of the show visiting the site of the most cherished of the Fallout games. Yeah, look what's happened to Obsidian now. I got the chance to talk to some of the key cast members, including Walter Goggins, Ella Purnell, and Aaron Moten. My number one question for the cast: have they played any of the Fallout games the show's based on, either prior to filming season 1 or following its huge critical success? Because if you played the games, the show was fucking awful. No, I haven't sat down and played the games, said Walter Goggins, who played pre-war movie star Cooper Howard and his post-war counterpart, the Ghoul. And I won't. I won't play the games. I'm not interested. The reason is actually pretty simple. Goggins doesn't want to think of the world or the characters of Fallout as elements of the game, but they are a product of the game, and the game isn't. You do know there's narrative. And quote, all of a sudden, I'm looking at this world from a very different perspective. And as someone on a screen in which I am an avatar in, I don't believe that I'm an avatar. I believe the ghoul exists in the world. I believe that Cooper Howard exists in the world, he said. Right. Oh, okay. You are just pretending, though. Just, I know. The best way that I can serve this world and serve the fans of this game, I think, is to go to work every single day and believe the circumstances that I'm presented with, Goggins says. But the circumstances that you will be presented with, as we've seen from the first season, might not in any capacity mesh with what the actual circumstances of the game is. Like, there are plenty of ghouls in the game, and you can choose to look at the way that the ghouls are portrayed, the way that the ghouls are responded to by other people, and incorporate it into your methodology of acting. It just seems very, like I said, I like Walter Goggins, but it just seems very restrictive. It feels like he's just restricting himself. I liked Walter Goggins' Ghoul was the only character that I actually liked in season 1, and that's because I think Walter Goggins is a very good actor, and I think he did the best that he had with the material that he got. But I would say that, you know, you don't cut your nose off to spite your face because he's a ghoul. Because he's a ghoul. Anyway. Another Fallout cast member who hasn't played the games yet is Aaron Moten, who plays Brotherhood of Steel member Maximus on the show. Yeah, he was the worst fucking character in the show. I don't think I've seen a more convincing lack of personality than that character exhibited. His character was horrible as well, by the way. Unlikable, horrible character. Not great actor either. But I thought the whole Brotherhood of Steel stuff was garbage. Absolute garbage. Though, unlike Goggins, Moten says he does plan to play the Fallout games eventually. I haven't played them before. I can't play them now, Moten said. I feel like I need to be done with the work that we're doing before I can jump in. What, when you finish doing Fallout, then I'll play Fallout. Okay, well, okay, then you can see how garbage the Brotherhood is comparative to what it could be if you'd actually played the games and understood. And then maybe you could go to the writers and say, I don't think this is, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Moten wasn't talking about waiting until the end of Fallout Season 2, but the end of the show entirely. I know. However, many seasons and years that winds up being, I'll give it no more than 3 or 4. Yeah, that Black Sword and Storm, that's exactly it. You just put physical references into the games like the Nuka-Cola, Fallout Boy, and all that kind of stuff. And then you get the clapping seals going, look, it's authentic. It's got the Nuka-Cola. Meanwhile, the characters, the world doesn't in any way feel or represent the world of Fallout. Fallout 3 is a real dark game, by the way. It's a real fucking dark game. It's a very lonely, repressive game as well. Fallout 4 is Fallout 4 is terrible. I'm sorry, but Fallout 4 is terrible. I feel like, quote, I get this really uniquely particular opportunity to be within the world of the game, like the Disney World version of it. Fuck off. Where it's lifelike and built out in front of me, but I'm still going to wait. I'm still going to wait till I'm done, he said. Great. Then you can see afterwards what a terrible job you did. Or a terrible job the writers did, but you had nothing to go back and challenge them with. But, okay. And who knows, maybe we'll be working on this so long that Bethesda will have a new Fallout number for us to jump into, Moten said. Yeah, don't get too excited, mate. Just don't get... I'd slow down a wee bit. Unlike her co-stars Ella Pennell, who plays Vault Dweller Lucy McLean, has played a Fallout game and plans to play more of them soon. Yeah, I played Fallout 4 when I was in prep for Season 1, and that was a really fun and exciting experience, she said. Should have done Fallout 3. At least you played a game. I'm really glad I did, and not because it necessarily informed my performance. Obviously, it's not a one-to-one adaptation. The character's not really in the games, but just because it heightened the enjoyment and the experience, like getting to see the power armor that they actually built it, putting on a vault suit, walking into the vault, set for the vault. Having played Fallout 4, she could feel the same thing fans of the games felt watching those scenes in the show. I knew what that meant. I knew how important that was, Pennell said. It's look, can we get past the superficial? Did a vault look like a vault? Yes, it did. Did the vault suits look like the vault suits for the game? Sure. For the most part, sure. Absolutely. Does that make the show good? No. What makes the show good? The writing and the characters. And that was the biggest fucking downside of the show. They tried to make it this weird pseudo comedy, and it's not. It's not. There's a lot more to it, and it feels like you just don't get it. You're too lazy to actually delve deep into the lore of Fallout and commit yourself to doing something which I'm not saying is nihilistic per se, but something that at least is grounded and feels real or potentially real. But we had all this silly Billy, oopsie doopsie, humory woomery type of fucking crap. I hated it. I hated the show. I hated it. This time around, I did not play the game, but I kind of did it in reverse, where I want to wait for the show to come out, watch all the episodes, then play New Vegas, and then do it in reverse and see how that changes the experience of playing the game, Pennell said. Now, I don't know what her video game background is, so I don't want to be too up her ass. I mean, I wouldn't. Doesn't matter. But I feel like, again, you're starving yourself of the opportunity to see how the authenticity of the Fallout worlds actually operated. So I feel it's only hampering you. And then I don't know what I'll do for season 3, she said. Maybe I'll play them all and become like a really addicted gamer. Who knows? It's a familiar tale of a video game franchise being taken. The media, the mainstream media, they see iconography, which they can superficially relate to, so they automatically think it's great. Oh, look, Master Chief's got the Master Chief outfit on. Halo's amazing. It's complete dog shit. And the 2 seasons that it was commissioned for before it even came out were the only 2 seasons that it got. Because iconography and superficiality isn't going to carry your show. Great writing, authenticity, and great characters are what will do that. And we'll see where the show is after season 2. Because I don't know, I just got a feeling that this season's gonna drop a lot of people off. I just got a feeling.